hit it with the it's showtime. What's going on? This looks crazy. What is going on today? What's going on, people?
What up?
Happy Tuesday. And it is Tuesday because Wednesday is the day before Thanksgiving. Pew, 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 pew. So happy Thanksgiving week to all of the families, the friend families, the extended families, the chosen families, and all the families in between the things. Them. What's going on with you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday indeed.
What is your thorn of the week? Thorn of the week.
My thorn of the week.
Because we finna get right into it. Cause
I don't think I have a thorn of the week. What about you?
My thorn of the week is that I did not make it to the gym all 4 days of last week as I was supposed to. I had 2 good weeks. See, I don't know what it is. I got to break out of this. Like, I have a 2-week cycle. I am good for 14 days. A solid 14 days, I'm great. After that, things start getting a little wobbly. I don't know what it is. Like, it just happened.
Wobbly how, though?
It's like, so the reason why I didn't make it this week is because I went on Monday, so last Monday, and technically I didn't go yesterday or today, so that's even worse. But, but it's just that it's a time thing. So like, there's times where I've woken up late, and it's like, okay, well now it's too late for me to go to the gym. I'm gonna go after work, and sometimes I'm able to go after work. But I want to say last week I just was I didn't have it in me. And I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that I knew, because like I do this weird thing where I have like, if I know I have a plan on Friday, for some reason all my executive functioning skills stops until whatever it is that I have to do on Friday. So I will literally sit and be like idle until I have to do that thing on Friday. So I feel like when it came to knowing that I had stuff planned for this week in particular, my body was like, all right, well, we need to reserve our energy. We're just not going to do anything the week before. So it just didn't, it was just really, really weird. Like, it was really, really weird. Cause like I was supposed to wash my hair over the weekend, didn't do it until last night. I was supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's just a lot of little things that I was supposed to do, but I just didn't have the energy until I had no other choice but to do it. So I don't know. It's like something about, I don't even know how to explain it. I gotta go talk to the lady because I don't know how to describe it at all. But other than that, I would just say like my thorn being that I gotta figure out how to break out of this 2-week habit or this 2-week cycle to try to get some of these habits to stick a little bit longer, because Lord knows I don't know what it is and how it could be helped.
Do you put your gym, like your do you schedule your gym sessions on your calendar?
No, because it's not something I have to be reminded to do, because I always know that I have to go to the gym. But it's like I have to go to the gym, but do I have the 2.5 hours, let's say, because it's 15 minutes back and forth, an hour in the gym. Mm-hmm. So hour and a half. Do I have this hour? Do I have an hour and a half to spare to go to the gym, or do I want to use this hour and a half to do something else that I know needs to be done? So it's usually like it's usually like a bracket. It's like, okay, if I have this thing that I need to do, I also know I need to cook. So what's more important, going to the gym before going to work, or prepping my food and making sure I cook? And sometimes it's like, okay, I got to make sure that I cook, because I know once I get off of work, it's going to be a short window before I have to stop eating. So I have to make this food now, because then if not, I'm going to end up eating past. And then on top of not going to the gym, then it's like, all right, now I'm not going to the gym and I'm eating late. I'm working doubly against myself. So which one is more beneficial?
I mean, as long as the food is healthy, though, that you're making.
Well, I mean, that is fair, and I will say that is something that I have worked on a lot. Is that I told you I've been meal prepping a lot more. So like I have the healthy, the lean meats, the
See, so you good
the what you call it. But it's just a matter of like
you just gotta lock in your time in the gym. That's all. But you sound like you're eating right. So like
I am, but I feel like. Cause what did I eat the other day that was I think I had McDonald's. Was that McDonald's? I feel like I had McDonald's not too long ago. So like there are some times where it's not the best because it's just there. But it's just like I just gotta get back on. But it's the fact that I am aware of it, so I am glad for that because at least I know that I am possibly not paying attention to things the way that I should be.
Yeah.
So it does allow for me to just be a little bit more cognizant of it and make those adjustments as they need to be made. But I do need to get back in the gym though, for sure. I mean
you took a week off and that's fine.
And I did kind of have like an issue in my shoulder, but now it's not as bad anymore. But like it was sore for a couple of days last week as well. So I will say that is another deterrent because it was just like I was more so focusing on stretching and kind of like getting that knot out of my shoulder. But now I should be fine to go back to the gym. But and now that I said it, I didn't go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, I could still make 4 days within the week if I go every day.
Yeah, all we need is 3 a week.
Okay, yeah, I could probably work something out. But what was your rose of the week?
All right, there's a couple.
Okay.
So I got my inflation check.
Oh, all right.
The reason I got no thorn of the week is because I got a raise at work.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. All right.
And I had a God tier massage today.
Oh, all right. Shout out to the masseuses. Listen, I don't know. Giving a massage is definitely a skill because I can say every time I've ever gotten a massage, it always makes me think of the times that, guys give massages and you can just tell the intentionality just is not. It's just not, there's just no comparison. Like, the difference between somebody actually giving you a massage because they are actually like tending to your body versus someone giving you a massage because they want to sleep with you, it's two completely different.
It's fake foreplay and shit.
And it's just like I've had so many bad like I've gotten bad foot massages before. Like I've literally had to tell somebody like just stop. Like don't even worry about it. And they were like, what? And it's just like I don't know what it just felt like. I don't even know how to describe it. It just was a waste of time. It felt like a waste of time. Bruh. That's all I could say. Like I just can't. And I don't even know how. But it just was like, why? You don't want to do this. No. And mind you, that person, this guy asked. But it just was like so terrible. And it's like, I guess because it's like, oh, well, women like when men give them foot massages or foot rubs. So let me give her a foot rub. And it's just like, you're just doing it because you know you're supposed to do it. You never took any care to learn whether or not you were doing it correctly. So it puts things into perspective. But that's what's up. I was about to say.
The garden is blooming for me this week.
Period. Let me see. My rose of the week. Oh, actually, funny enough, at work yesterday, a lady told me, she was like, "You have such a nice voice. You should do something with it." I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "No, it's just, usually, people talk and, you hear their voices oh, like she just said, she was saying like a bunch of different stuff. She was like, no, but like I could literally like listen to you talk about just about anything. Like such a pleasant experience. Da, 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 da. You should really look into like figuring out how to use your voice. And I wanted to say, well, funny you say that. I have a podcast YouTube stream, and I was like, you know what? But that I don't need nobody pulling that call and trying to be nosy and being in my business. So
Yeah, the big wigs is watching.
yeah, I will. I just played it off, and I was like, you know what? I will look into that. So shout out to you, lady. I forgot your name, but thank you. You made my day.
Shout outs to her. And
And you love telling my business. Shut
My
up.
bad.
Shut up.
My bad.
What I was about to say. I was gonna get into the tings. Let's see.
What tings them?
Let's see. I still gotta work on getting this stuff organized. So I'm just gonna scroll because I've been going on a saving spree because I do have some other content that I've been thinking about doing. So I've been trying to make space for that as well. So I just been saving a lot of stuff, but I gotta start breaking some of it up. Oh, I thought this was interesting. So you know how we just went through like that whole scare about, you know, not having food stamps or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, this is how much the real-time cost of firing modern military weapons is. So this is just them practicing, but this is how much it costs. That one.
That's right. Shit.
$1,500. And they did it twice.
Too much. That's unpractical.
Just shooting in water. Not necessarily shooting at anything.
That is nuts.
When you see the numbers add up in real time, it becomes clear just how insanely expensive this technology is. Every time one of these systems is fired, the display shows the live cost of each shot. And when a second or third round is launched, the counter climbs instantly. So you can see the scale of what these systems require to operate. And this is what they spend every time they go to war. Every time they go and threaten some country somewhere, when they were talking about shooting that Venezuelan boat out the ocean.
Oh, they shot mad boats besides Venezuela.
I mean, I'm just saying,
No,
this
I what you're saying, though.
this is how much it's costing, and this is why we can't afford anything here. This is why, like, and it makes sense now. It makes sense why we can't. It makes sense why we don't have any money for stuff. It makes sense. Because what do you mean? Because where's the other one at? Damn. Can I speed it up? Oh no, I can't even speed it up. But it's one where it's one rocket, and I think it was like $11 million, and that's just to test it. That's literally just to test it to make sure it works. So you gotta spend that money just to find out if it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Yeah, this is ridiculous. 6,000. Like, come on. That's for one. That was one. Missile, rocket, bomb, whatever you want to call it. That was one. Almost $1 million. Oh, here we go. 11,800,000 dollars. This could end homelessness in America. This right here could end homelessness in America. And we blowing it on shits and giggles.
Bruh.
Like, I don't understand. Like, this is why it's a problem. Like, this, like...
Why?
Like...
Why? Why? Why?
Why do we need this?
It's greed.
Why do we need so and this is why America is what it is. Bullies. And granted, I get it. There's a place for everybody in the ecosystem. There's someone who's got to be the, you know, the proper whatever, you know, I don't even remember what the word is, but that's what England is. They're always proper. They're always polite, even though they do be up to some nefarious shit, but they're always proper. They're always polite. You know, they say the right things. They've invented the nice nasty that all the Southern women, you know what I mean, love to do, but that is their place. It's like high school. The whole world is like high school. The whole world is like high school.
It's Mean Girls.
And America is the bully jock who's bigger than everyone, who can beat up everyone. Is a super senior because, you know, we're a little, you know, not there. And it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't even have to, I don't even know what else to say, but that shit just really, really boggled my mind. I can't. It was some other stuff that I saw.
Oh, the Twitter pages.
Oh, the Twitter. This right here. So, wait, before I do that, let me just preface this because I tend to get in trouble with these red pill men on the internet because every so often one of them will come across my page and it'll be some random post where they're talking to some random stupid person, whether it's male or female, and they make this big hoopla about, you know, making a stupid person look stupid, and they like to chalk it up as like a W. So my problematic self am always the one in the comments that'll be like, well, actually, the proper way to respond to that would have been. And then I do it in such a concise manner. Because one thing is, I'm never typing a freaking soliloquy in nobody's comments. Like, the minute I got to go past 3 lines, literally, I'm just going to call you a bot, block you, and move on. Like, I'm not even about to go there. But if I could get what I need to get out in 3 lines or less, oh, I'm all about it. So because that's what happened with Marquette. Like, actually, no, I think I did Marquette even worse. I think I did a stitch. I stitched one of his reels, and that's what got me blocked. But yeah, Angry Man Channel is one of the ones who will pop up a lot. Well, he used to at one point, so that's why I feel like he may have blocked me because I don't see him anymore at all. But his content used to show up a lot on my page, and every so often I would be in the comments and will say something, and there will be a couple of, you know, incels or can you say that on YouTube? I don't. Yeah,
you can say incels.
Oh, I thought that was a hate speech. There'll be a couple of them in the, you know, comments or whatever, and I'll go back and forth with a few of them sometimes. Like, it literally, it be when I'm taking a poop sometimes, when I'm just in the bed bored sometimes, when I'm in between doing stuff at work. Like, I really don't be using a lot of time for this. Like, sometimes there's people that I'll comment on something and they'll come back weeks later and I'll be like, fam, this was weeks old. Why are you responding to this? Go away. And I will tell them that too. I'll be like, you responded to a 5-week-old post? Ew, you're bored. You're lonely and bored.
Or either bored or a bot.
Bored or a bot is my new one. Thank you.
No doubt.
But it's just like, yeah, why are you responding to this? This is gone. Like, this conversation is so null and void. But yeah, I don't see him anymore. So you sending me this video, I'm probably gonna look for. Nah, I don't want to look for him because I feel like if I search him, then I'm gonna end up seeing more of his stuff, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm good. If he blocked me, so what? So yeah, let's see what foolishness this is on the Twitter.
But if you're trying to say that there are more white people on food stamps than black people, of course there are if you compare white people to black people, because white people outnumber us. But what happens if we break this down per capita?
Black people are not the ones living off of welfare. It's the complete opposite.
White people depend on welfare. They depend on government assistance. And I'm not just talking about poor white people. I'm just not talking about the people that's on food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, housing. I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking about the rich white people too. They are products of government assistance. They government assistant babies. That's what white people are. White people hold 90% of this nation's wealth. Guess how they got it? From government assistance. From the GI Bill, from New Deal programs, from redlining. You know all those policies that took from black people and gave to them? And what's crazy about it? And black people must be better Americans than white people because we're only 4% of this nation's wealth. We pay a bigger share of what we have in taxes compared to white people. So if black people stop paying taxes today, guess who will get hurt the most? White people. Why? Because white people are products of the pain and suffering of black people. Their entire life, all their riches they have today is because of the blood, sweat, and tears from black people. And for all you racist white people out there, propaganda is going to get you killed. You're going to starve to death thinking that black people are the ones that are the image of EBT. The image of welfare and government assistance when it has always been you. But I learned something from white people. They would make sure they starve if it means another person gets to eat. Good luck.
Well,
The stove is on.
I mean, but this is what I'm saying. This man consistently says stupid things on the internet to pander to his audience. He's old as hell. And it's like, why? Like, but then again, I understand it's not real. Like, none of this is real. They don't really think this. They don't really feel this. They don't really believe this. It's just for clicks. He is a black man in America who doesn't want to work a regular job. He'd rather get on the internet and rage bait because it seems a lot easier and get his money that way. Because I just can't understand how you would think that, because even without per capita, right? Like, because and that word seems to have people in a freaking chokehold. Yes, white people are majority in this country. However, this country was built upon a system and a foundation that has always propped them up over everyone else. So why is it that you are an American citizen in America that is white and you still need any sort of government assistance? Whether it was the GI Bill, as he mentioned, whether it's food stamps, Medicaid. Actually, I think I seen something the other day about how there's a trust you can put your stuff in as a rich white person. Yeah. And you can qualify, like you can put all your assets and everything in said trust and then still qualify for Medicaid when you're old so that they don't know how much money you really have. Yep. Where is it? I think my homegirl sent it to me. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, I need me one of those. Like, where's that at? I need that. My mother's getting up there in age. We need that. And it's just a matter, and mind you, I told you about the small hats, how they have their little scams about, you know, they have their little scams with the, what's that called? Section 8. Yeah. They get married in Israel. They come back over here. They rent their houses from their husbands, and then they get government assistance to pay their mortgage. It was a whole bunch of them out in Connecticut. It was a group of like 10 small hat families in Connecticut that were all connected with one another. Dang, I'm not gonna be able to find it because me and her yap too much. We yap entirely too much. I'm not gonna be able to find it. But yeah, I found out about that trust, and I forget what it's called, but it's like a certain level of it's like a certain type of trust that you get that you're able to do it because you
protect your assets and your finances.
You protect your assets, your finances. You can make your kids your beneficiaries, but you as an elderly person can get Social Security, get Medicaid, get all of the government assistance without having to, you know, worry about being ineligible. So it's just like, I just don't understand. Like, why do you let people, actually, no, I know why. Because they're white. And white people are taught to trust white people the same way black people are taught to not trust black people. So you're going to trust this person no matter what they say, regardless of what it is they do, the same way black people don't trust black people, regardless of what they've seen they do. Like, there are people that you have seen consistently do the right thing, but something in you will tell you that that person is to not be trusted, or something about them is not to be trusted. And black people do it to each other all the time. And white people just so happen to do the complete opposite, because these poor white people will listen to these rich, well-to-do white people, feed them all the bullshit, all the lies, while still simultaneously keeping them out of certain things. And they don't care about what it is that these people are doing. They only care about what it is that the people are saying, because those people look like them and they're taught to trust and believe and stick by their own. And so, like he said, y'all are gonna starve. Y'all are legitimately going to starve to death, because we know y'all can't cook worth shit. Bruh. So y'all don't know how to make something out of nothing. Y'all don't know how to make nothing stretch. Everything I've ever seen white people eat is always something processed. Y'all can't make nothing without cream and mushroom soup. Y'all can't make nothing without mayonnaise. Y'all can't make nothing. Like, a white person making something from scratch?
Good luck. Let's not get, you even mentioned the potato salad.
So without y'all Tostitos and y'all pizza rolls and your Eggos and without all of that, what are y'all gonna do? Without your Tyson nugget bites and your hot dogs and without all of that, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't got nothing to say. And I'm just glad that that young man was able to, you know, state his claim so eloquently. Because I will say that a lot of times, like, that is a big problem, is that people be saying the right things. I mean, myself included, like, be saying the right things, but because we are not as eloquent or, you know, aren't as poetic as some people, it tends to go in one ear and out the other. And it's like there are very few people who kind of have that skill. Like, I want to say, I'm looking at him now. Looking at Killer Mike, he's one of those people. Even though he is very southern, very country, he still tends to, like, be very eloquent in his, you know, expression.
Haiti, Libya, West Africa. How long before you got to ante up what's in the Louvre?
The French are still living off Haiti?
Oh, yeah.
Well, why can't they fix it then?
Why can't Haitians fix it?
No, the French. If the French are so involved.
There's no interest in how
it's their
don't
country
you read
right
France
now.
Fanon? Did you read Rich of the Earth? You dated enough black women to know this shit. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, the French.
You got to tell them at night.
The French pulled out of Haiti like in 1806.
No, what I'm saying, though, is Haiti has been punished since 1806.
Yes.
Frederick Douglass wrote about this, too, for being an example that you can without colonizers. And to end colonization is going to take some form of violence. I think anyone who threatens colonies or the colonists are crushed. So whether Gaddafi was ultimately, in my eyes, good or bad,
I mean, the people
he was
who are
better than what they have now.
The people who have been repressing the people in Haiti for a very long time are not French.
Shit, me.
They're other Haitians. You don't really.
They're Haitians that are put into
Papa
place.
Doc Duvalier
let's
was
not
French.
act like we don't put dictators into place.
Okay, but they're not French.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we help them come to power.
They're not French. They're not Americans. They are Haitians.
So the benefit,
they're Haitians.
No benefits go to the French from Haiti anymore.
Tell me what. I'm not aware of that.
I'm just saying, Haiti still
tell me, what's going on?
As far as I know, Haiti's still sending money to France, that's all.
Sending money?
Falling apart. That's what I know.
Okay.
And we need to do more to help countries like Haiti, especially
So what's to do more?
I would like for us as a people to start seeing each other as one people. When I say one love, I would like that to
let me let their message
African
play.
People. African people will start feeling themselves, sharing each other's struggles, understanding that, you know what, your struggle is my struggle. As a Nigerian, your pain is my
Manufacturing
pain.
superior
As a
non-GMO
Jamaican,
vitamins with the
African, and
highest
American,
purity and
we're one
potency
people,
for black
and we need to
people.
start caring for each other, building up each other,
Vitamin
creating positive
D3,
empowerment
vitamin
for each other.
C,
If you want to love,
zinc,
if you want to create positive environment,
multivitamin
I suggest you do it
gummies,
for your
Irish
people first.
sea moss,
So I think
and weight
that
loss.
would be a good
The
start
Oleinka
for all of us as people.
Vitamin
And
Company.
with that, over time, we start creating
FDA
beautiful
approved
nations,
facility,
creating
GMP
kids, creating
certified,
children that will
manufactured in the
grow up
U.S.
to be strong leaders. A lot of us want to be, you know what? We want somebody to stand up for us and speak and be.
Like, how long do the French get the?
All right, so let's. Yeah, Bill Maher was lying his ass off.
I mean, he's got to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
gotta do it
and I don't necessarily like, see, and that's one thing I don't really like either, is that when you have this thing about being on other people's platforms, and they're like struggle to control the narrative, or, you know, sow seeds of deception, or sow seeds of confusion, when you're in the middle of making a poignant point and they interject or ask a random question to kind of make you pivot. Like, if you don't know, like, you don't have to ask, is France still sending money to Haiti, if you know that you don't know if it's not true, if that makes sense. Like, as he's explaining it, you don't have to ask that question if you already know that if you don't know the answer to be true for yourself, to be a definite, they're not doing that. Then why are you asking the question? Because if he's saying it, obviously it's true. Or not obviously, but like, I don't know if I'm saying it correct, if I'm expressing this correctly. Because to me, it's just like the situation of like, if I'm talking about something, or if somebody's talking about something and I don't know what it is that they're saying to be 100% factual, I'm not going to take the time to ask them in the middle of them saying what it is that they're saying, to ask them, well, how do you know that that's true? At the very least, I'm going to let the person finish their statement or whatever. And then I would have to ask, well, you know, you did mention blah, blah, blah. How do you know that that's not true? Or how do you know that that's true? Where do you find that fact? Or there's been plenty of times where I've come out and said like, oh, I'm not sure on that, but I'll look it up later. I've said that a ton of times on different, you know, panels and stuff like that. But it's just like this idea of everybody wants to be an expert. Everybody just wants to have all the answers. And it's like, you don't know because you don't think about Haiti. Like, you don't give a shit about Haiti. Like, let's be fucking for real.
Bruh. Or he knows, but you know, like you said, he's faking the funk.
Or that. But yeah, I just found that to be very... Killer Mike, and he's somebody who, you know, I've never listened to his music worth or nothing, but I've known him to be a great activist. I've known him to be very, you know, pro-black, have done a lot of things for the black community. I know he started that black-owned online bank for a lot of black people. I don't know how many people bank with them. I mean, I myself have considered, you know, opening a black-owned bank account and using that as like my investment account, you know, just so I could keep money there, build it, help, you know, build some of these black banks so that they do have the, you know, capital to be able to make some moves and do some of the things, or maybe not do some of the things that these other banks do, because we know how they can get. Shout out Wells Fargo. So yeah, I just, he's one of the ones. He's definitely one of them ones. Oh, this has been making splashes lately.
A former Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal action against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording allegedly of
A former Campbell Soup Company employee is taking legal
barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and
look
Campbell
at how
Soup
he
Company,
look.
named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey, but thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
They couldn't think for the I'm like, you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's that says, quote, if accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company.
Accurate. Do you not hear?
Actively
Can you not hear?
investigating this matter. We've also reached out directly to Martin.
Discussing his salary.
So imagine this man, Robert Garza, is a cybersecurity analyst for Campbell Soup. And he goes in for because he's usually remote, he goes in for a meeting, which is supposed to be a routine salary discussion. During the meeting, the CEO was heard mocking the company's products, its customers, and its brown, aka Indian, employees. He commented that the company produces highly processed products for poor people.
Bruh.
Mind you, who did I just mention loves cream of chicken and cream of mushroom soup? Poor white people. So your own fellow white believes that you, poor white, deserves highly processed, bioengineered, 3D printed meats. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Them's your peoples, because I don't know no black people that eat Campbell's. Let's start there. Never. I've never seen Campbell soup. I've never seen Campbell soup in a black person's household. Never. I've seen Progresso. I've seen, what's that other soup company name? I've seen ramen. I've seen Progresso. And I've seen, let me see. Soup brands. Wait, what? Oh, not bands. That's an actual thing, a soup band. Soup bands can refer to several different musical groups, including the Norwegian post-rock band Soup, the American pop-punk band Bowling for Soup,
Soup Dragons,
the Scottish alternative rock band The Soup Dragons,
they sound fire.
and the grunge revival band Soup the Band.
Grunge revival band. That sound crazy.
Oh, white people.
Gotta look them on Spotify.
Swanson,
Lipton.
Progresso, Lipton, yeah, them little short noodle soups.
Heinz had their own shit.
Yeah, I've never eaten a Heinz soup. I don't think I want to. So yeah, that's it. I've never seen black people eat Campbell soup.
Latinos, I definitely have seen.
Really?
I was one of them.
Really? Yeah, that was never a thing. So to me, I was like, oh, I'm good. Thank God I'm black. Not my problem. And I mean, and this bioengineered meat thing is a big issue now because they're sneaking it in places. Like, it's getting to a point where it's like, I do remember vaguely during the pandemic hearing that there was a law passed that allows certain food retailers or like I don't know if there was restaurants or fast food places, but basically they were saying that if you eat out a lot, you're at risk of eating cloned or bioengineered meat because of whatever they signed or whatever it is. And from then I've always been a little bit leery, which is why I don't really I try my best not to eat fast foods, because I'm like, there's no way you have all of these chickens for all of these McChicken sandwiches and all of these chicken nuggets. Like, there's no way you have all this beef for, you know, all of these Big Macs, Whoppers, Baconators, all of these. Like, there's no way you have that much meat available for all of these things. So I have been kind of leery about that. And then sometimes I will catch myself like looking at meat strangely because it's like, why this don't look right? Why this don't, like, because first it was the meat glue. I don't know if you remember that, but there was a point in time where they were saying that they've developed this meat glue that allows them to use the scraps of what either wasn't like, all right, so if the meat was partially bad, so for instance with pork, there are certain parts of the pig where if a pig has an ulcer, if the pig has cancer, or you know, because of the environment that it was in before it was slaughtered, it will taint the meat. And so because it taints the meat, they will cut out the piece of the cancer, and that will ruin a certain cut, depending on where it is, it will ruin whatever that particular cut of meat is. And if that wound or cancer or cyst or whatever is in a place where the highest, like the piece of meat that you would get paid the highest for, they developed a meat glue where you can take this bad piece of this high ranking, you know, steak piece and this and this and this, and then put it all together and then remake to kind of salvage your losses, which all of these big companies make all of these huge profit margins, but for whatever reason, y'all just can't accept any type of loss. Like, everything is to minimize their loss. Increase your profits so much so that you'll poison your people, but you can't take a loss for whatever reason. So there was that. And I have seen some meats that have made me feel like, I think this may be meat glue, like certain brands of like chicken in the supermarket, like if it's not Purdue, if it's like some other brand or like the butcher's special or whatever, a lot of that meat I have seen, and it's made me look at it a little weird. Like one company, it used to be Crasdale, now like the store brand used to be Crasdale in my local supermarket. It's now changed to something called Urban Meadows. And Urban Meadows brands of stuff is cheaper than all the other name brands, but it's always something a little bit off. So like I had bought some pineapple chunks before. I've never seen pineapple chunks so smooth. Like, it didn't have the ridges. It didn't have like the texture that pineapple has. It tasted like pineapple. It felt like pineapple. It smelled like pineapple. But when you look at the chunk itself, it was literally like a smooth, like somebody airbrushed the pieces of the pineapple. And it made me like, and it's like I wanted pineapple that day. Actually, I want some pineapple now, but I wanted pineapple bad that day, but I just couldn't bring myself to eat it. I had to throw it away because I'm like, something about this just doesn't feel right. Like, it just doesn't feel like the fruit that I'm used to. Yeah. So it just is like they tampering with the food in the supermarkets where you got to spend your money. I know for a fact they're tampering with the foods in the restaurants, because these restaurants can't handle one too many days of food not lasting, or people not ordering something, or people ordering it and then they don't want it and they send it back or whatever. Like, I know plenty of places. So it's just like, it's one of those things where niggas got to get back to doing it themselves. Like, I don't know where we going to get the time from, because that's what I was mentioning earlier about not having enough time. But we going to have to make the time, because they don't give a fuck. 3D printer meat and soup? Y'all don't have enough meat for canned soup? Canned soup don't even use that much meat. They barely give you fucking meat in the soup.
Bruh. And the chicken's compromised as is, so...
They barely give you meat in the soup as it is. You'll be lucky if you get 5 pieces of actual chicken floating in your. And again, this is just
you get 2 at best.
I mean, listen. You put it together and it be 2. They took 2 cubes and cut it up, so you think you get more. But if you really put the pieces together, you only got 2 pieces. So you don't got 2 pieces of chicken for like actual chicken to put in each of these cans. You got to go as far as 3D printer meat.
Shit, give that to a Latino. They'll mix that up. They'll add their own chicken, their own sauce and everything.
Listen, Latinos eat Spam, okay?
Bruh.
No offense to the Spam meat. Wait. Respectfully, no shame, but y'all eat Spam.
Puerto Ricans eat Spam. Puerto Ricans eat Spam. I don't know other Latino that does.
I feel like Dominicans eat Spam too. I may be wrong.
They eat salami. They definitely Spam, not so much.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's y'all. But yeah, it's getting wicked out here. It's getting wicked out here, and it's just like, okay, cool. So now what's gonna happen? And I had some other thoughts about this as well, because it says that he stated that the rant lasted over an hour. Because of course it was probably nothing but white men in the room, so he felt comfortable saying all of those things. Yeah. And it left Garza, which was that disheveled white man, feeling pure disgust. And in January of this year, he presented the recording to his direct supervisor, but was terminated coincidentally just 20 days later, although he received positive feedback about his performance during the same meeting in which the rant occurred.
Yeah,
so
that was a bad move, because they're gonna cover the company before they look out for him.
But what you do is firing him was the wrong thing to do. Yeah, and I probably could have called. Matter of fact, what time is it? Is it late? Oh damn, it's 10 o'clock. I would call my homegirl, who she works in HR, and she's like a lawyer for that type of stuff. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna bother her.
I mean, it could be for wrong. Yeah, he could have sued for wrongful termination and all that stuff.
Because, I like to be accurate in these kinds of things. And that's another thing that I appreciate, is that I don't gotta know every fucking thing. I don't. I have friends, and my friends know things. And so I allow my friends who know the things to be who they are in knowing the things that they know. Because I'm pretty sure, because I'm sure that's retaliation. And retaliation is bad, okay? And they shouldn't be able to do that to you.
Your call has been forwarded.
Of course she has a do not disturb on. Oh, did I put it? I did not mean to do that. I meant to call her regular.
Your call has been forwarded to...
I did not mean to call her regular. I wanted to call her regular, not FaceTime. And now I'm getting hot.
Your call has been...
Ma'am! It must be bedtime for the baby. Well, that was embarrassing.
All else fails, Google can guide us.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, this is definitely a wrongful termination. That's
But
definite.
I just wanted to know, cause I'm curious to know what did he think was gonna happen, right? Like, you give this to your supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
What was you expecting the supervisor to do? That is something you would have had to go straight to HR about. Giving it to your supervisor and getting someone else involved probably put that supervisor, I guess, in danger, or I don't know.
Tough position, basically.
Right, because it's like, now that you've made me an accomplice in knowing that these things happened, now it's going to be up to me to do something about it, and I don't want to be the one to carry that torch. So I'm going to tell somebody else, and they're going to help me figure out what to do. Oh, we could fire him because they said something about he was drinking or something like that. I think that's what I heard in the beginning, when they tried to say something about he was on drugs.
Against the food giant, and he's making some explosive allegations about one of its top executives. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people.
I just want to get to the part where they said something about he was on drugs.
Part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly of
A former Campbell's Soup Company employee is.
You know what the in it? Even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
Oh, so the CEO dude admitted to coming to work high on that recording. Oh, yeah. You were supposed to take that right to HR. You messed up.
Well, I wonder what Campbell's HR is like.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
I mean, and then it's like,
Garza says he usually worked remote.
I don't. Because I'm looking at it from a perspective of, what do you stand to gain suing them? Because are you suing them because you lost your job? Or are you suing them because what he did was wrong? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when he reported when he gave the audio to his supervisor, what did he think was going to happen? Because if it was that you wanted the CEO to, atone for his wrong sayings, wrongdoings, then you would have went directly to HR with that. You wouldn't have included middle management. Then the lawsuit comes because they said 20 days after you gave it to him, they just happened to find a reason to fire you.
Yeah, I mean, there's grounds for a lawsuit there.
For wrongful termination, but are you suing? So then it's just like,
I think he's suing because he lost his job over this, and he thought it was the right thing to do.
I mean, it was the right thing to do. Like, that's exactly what the right thing to do. I mean, well, the better thing to do would have been to correct them in the moment. That would have been the better thing to do, rather than let him go on an hour-long rant.
So he probably might have lost his job there.
But then, Yeah, and then he would have lost the job without the evidence of all of the heinous things that were said. So it's kind of like you let them say it, record it, then say and speak up, and then if they retaliate, then you use. I mean, I guess he did it the right way. I can't even knock it. He did it the right way.
But yeah, it's like to your point, like what was HR's role? Campbell's HR's role in all this? Like that's the missing thing. That's like the missing like context of this, you know? She text you?
Mm-mm. Somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I'm not even about to answer that. Sometimes, and I do that so often, sometimes shit don't even be needing a response. You just gotta delete everything and don't send shit. Yeah, I don't know. And then to say, it's funny because the thing about the Indians though, I've heard or I seen a video where somebody was saying something, and basically they said the word bobbleheads. Like, they were saying he worked as a recruiter. It was a black man. He was like, I worked as a recruiter, and a lot of times they would tell me to find them candidates, but to make sure that they're not quote unquote bobbleheads. And he was under the impression of bobbleheads being, people who speak flowery, but they don't have like the right experience, or, people who look good on paper, but if you ask them about the job, they don't really know or can't really describe to you certain things like that. He's thinking of like airhead, somebody who's not, just not a good fit.
Yeah.
And he said somebody pulled him to the side and was like, you know what bobbleheads are? And he was like, no, I don't. And so he looked at him and did this, and that was who they were saying not to hire. And so I know that is a thing that they do in the corporate space, which is why a lot of Indian people, especially when it comes to tech, they have their own recruiting agencies where they will help each other get jobs because they are discriminated against by other companies, because a lot of times people are like, we don't want to deal with the accent, we don't want to deal with the bringing their culture to work a lot of times, and like just a lot of different things. Because I ain't gonna hold you, like I used to work in a space with some Indian ladies, sweetest little women I've ever met in my life, but sometimes that break room, oh my goodness, like their foods are just so pungent. Their foods are just so pungent. And so sometimes the smells would just permeate and sometimes it don't even just be their food. It be their food mixed with everybody else's food sometimes. Like, if you have a certain amount of people in your office, like they like to, meet up together, get lunch, if they bring in lunch from home, they'll all eat together. So it's like one dish after another, all in the microwave at the same time. It can get to be a lot sometimes. Like their foods are very, aromatic, if that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, a lot of times people don't be wanting that in their office, and I feel bad for them. But then again, there's people that don't want black people in their office just because of their name, or just because of like how they dress, or just because of the fact that they're black. So it's like, I can't feel too bad for you that you get discriminated against, because newsflash, you're also pigmented too. You're melanated too. So they don't give a crap. You get treated just like all the other melanated people that aren't stark white, wasp white, if you will.
Wasp white. You just a sand nigga to them.
I mean, and they say it often.
Word.
They say it often.
It's like, hey, sand niggers.
They say it often. What else?
You gonna talk about that G Wells joint?
You know what? Yes, I do. Yes, I would like to speak about that because
Yeah, right here.
I'm not surprised. I'm just gonna start there.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. But I just need for people to understand that this is why you allow people to say what it is that they want to say, so that they can let you know exactly who they are, what they think, and what they believe in. Because you need to know how to move accordingly. People be so like, oh, well, why can't you just tell me? People tell you every day. People who are unserious tell you that they're unserious every day in the unserious shit that they do. People tell you they are dumb every day with all the dumb shit that they do. People tell you they are selfish every day with the selfish shit that they do. Stop looking for people to say, I am a selfish person. No one's ever going to do that. But you're going to hear about it in how they talk about their family. You're going to hear about it in how they talk about their friends. Same thing with somebody who's dumb, somebody who's not motivated, somebody who's not disciplined. You're going to hear it, see it. It's going to be there. And for any dude, because they was just 2 seconds before this, they was talking about how he had went viral for teaching them how to tie his famous bandana. Jewels teaches you how to Who didn't know how to tie a bandana so that all of the little star pieces was across your forehead? Who needed a tutorial in the year of our Lord 2025?
Gangster literacy.
Who needed that? So yeah, he gets on a podcast called No Funny Shit Show. And he says kids don't really need to learn to read. It's better they learn business and math.
And I think that shit gonna take over.
Nah, but seriously though,
Right?
G shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though just financial wealth and literacy and all that.
I'm not saying that that's wrong. I do think that kids before they leave high school should learn about credit, because a lot of us millennials, we got sent out into the world at 18. We got on them college campuses. We got our little campus mailboxes, and the first little credit card offer that we done got, or the first time we went to Forever 21 with our own money, and they asked you, do you want a store card that turns into a Visa a Forever 21 store card that turns into a Visa credit card, and you sign up and you don't know nothing about cash advance payments, you don't know nothing about late payments, you don't know nothing about annual fees, you don't know nothing about APRs, you don't know nothing about none of these things, and you end up getting yourself in a lot of debt and very quickly. So he's absolutely right. They do need to learn financial literacy.
There is one comment though that encapsulates my sentiments on what the fuck he just said. He says, one comment here says, how are you going to learn financial literacy if you can't read? Shaking my damn head. Just exhausting. 5 exclamations.
Like that shit early, because by the time they get to 9th grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to.
He wants to go to child labor, basically.
So now, if high school curriculum for every American child changes to entrepreneurship and running a business, who's finna work in them?
Who's gonna read the contracts?
Who's finna work there? If everybody's learning how to be a boss, who's gonna be the employees? Should there be a special program for kids who show a different level of aptitude? Sure. Sign them up for it. Sure. But it should not be every kid, because every kid can't be an entrepreneur.
There should be like options. I think there should always be trade. Trades should be in like these schools from K through 12, in my opinion.
I mean, they used to be, but they got rid of them because so many people ended up because it's another way to build wealth. You can't have a bunch of anything that's gonna help poor people build wealth without contributing to capitalism. They're gonna ban it. When they had auto shop and all of that in high schools, and black people were able to go to high school and come out being auto mechanics and opening their own mechanic shops, they had to get rid of it because that's the one thing that you can do without needing the government. Because people are always going to have cars. Their cars are always going to need to be fixed. So they got that out. When it came to getting kids their driver's license, too many people were able to then take their driver's license, go get CDL licenses, move up, blah, 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 whatever. But let me hurry up and make this play because I got to go to the bathroom.
But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop. Wait,
I ain't going to say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math. Told you. Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. You don't have to know how to read.
Yes,
reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people,
and I think that shit gonna take over.
Nah, but seriously though,
on
some G shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids. People understand. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power. Not you.
You don't have to
you can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy?
I'm getting hot. I'm done. I don't even have nothing else.
It probably.
And those are the people that need. And I'm gonna just end on this because I really gotta go to the bathroom. But I just can't understand. This is how you end up people telling you anything. This is why they say if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. This is exactly why. Because just because somebody reads and explains 48 Laws of Power, what they got from the book is not what. Because what I got from the book is not what everybody else got from the book. When people who've read that book, they're like, oh, this is for me to make my way into corporate America, or this is how I get to be a book. I read it as a defense. Everything that's in there, I use to defend myself. Not an offense to go and manipulate people, not to go and try to. It really, really, I think I talked about this before. I think it really, really helped when I was first starting out in media and I was like working with people, and I had one guy really, really do me like really, really dirty, like had me working, editing, doing all of this stuff. Granted, he asked me and I accepted to do it without, worrying about pay because I wanted the experience, I wanted the opportunity. But he took so much of an advantage of that. And at the time that I was reading the book, I could pinpoint exactly which laws he was working on. He was working on me, especially the one about, making a big public, if you're going to denounce somebody or if you're going to cut somebody off, to make it big in public. And he did that shit like textbook to the letter of the book. And when I read it, I was like, oh my God, like this nigga got me. Oh my goodness. And I really had to sit there and it was like, it's only because it's like, I didn't think, because it was one, and I never forget, it was one particular day where he told me, oh, we're not shooting today. I something came up. No, it wasn't the same day. We were supposed to shoot and he ended up telling me that we weren't going to shoot because something else came up. I said, okay, fine. Luckily, I didn't make any other plans. The day of, he happened to call me because the person that he was replacing me with flaked on him. So he needed me to come. And he was like, don't worry, I'll pay your cab, blah, blah, blah. But it's like when I got there, everybody else around me was business as usual. So you only told me you wasn't shooting today, but you knew you were. You tried to, and this is why I say, listen, I don't want to say I'm God's favorite, but please don't fuck with me. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm his favorite, but just try your best not to fuck with me. Because what people do in the dark always tends to come to the light with me. So I don't know what it was that he was trying to do or who he got or what they was going to do. Oh, Steph actually messaged me back. I figured she was putting him to bed.
Nah, but I wanted to add that a rapper saying that is kind of ridiculous to say because like you have a career because you were literate.
No, and I think that's where me and you were arguing, and I think that's where I'm gonna end it. I don't think rapping is literacy.
No, it is literacy. Like the art of it and the technique of it, it is.
I don't. Literacy is the ability to read and write, but the definition has expanded to include a wider range of skills using digital technology, numerology,
Numeracy, yeah.
and media. It is I want core skills. The traditional definition focuses on the ability to read and write words and letters, the ability to read, write, speak, and understand simple information from complete everyday tasks like reading signs or filling out forms. Digital. Okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to talk about strong literacy skills are linked to overall better health, higher salaries, and greater confidence. Literacy is a key factor for economic development and a measure of a population's education, which is why people think America is stupid, because we speak stupidly. We don't understand things. We're constant. Context and nuance is something that the amount of times, and it's a lot of men. Let me just say that. It's a lot of times I have to argue context and nuance with people. It grinds my gears the amount of times I have to have the same argument with people because they pretend or they actually don't understand context and nuance. It's like the age-old argument of, oh, how come a gay man could call you the B word, but I can't call you the B word? Because a gay man is not calling me the B word in order to humiliate humiliate or degrade me. He's calling me a B word as if we're sistren, as if we're one and the same. It's a fraternization. It's a colloquialism. It's a greeting. It's the intention. The context in which you use the B word will tell me what it is you mean, because it's not every man who says these bitches or bitches be like that women get up in arms and about. No, it's when it's black bitches, when it becomes a pointed threat, a pointed insult. Because I say it all the time. Depending on how a man says queen ain't nothing but a bitch in a head wrap.
Bruh.
Because if your intent and the context and the nuance of what you're saying is you want to call me a bitch, but you're trying to be respectful and you're going to say queen, I know the difference because I know how to read context and nuance. I understand figurative language versus literal language.
Yeah.
So I know you really want to sprinkle it. It's the same thing when men were like, well, we could say females. Females ain't nothing but bitch, but in the animal kingdom.
So I can't stand these females, son.
You want to say bitches. So why you acting like context and nuance is but I digress. I want to get to the ability to read and write. Okay, yeah, maybe I guess you do need the ability to read and write to be a rapper. Okay, what are the 5 big literacy skills? Phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension. Okay, you're right.
Of course, like.
Watch it. But Joel Santana is not that type of rapper to me.
No. Like, okay.
He's not that type of rapper to me, where his lyrics are just so poignant, just so, poetic. Like, they're just...
You go into the subject matter, but I'm talking about, like, the way the techniques and how he writes his lyrics.
I think they're cookie cutter. I think you in the studio with niggas enough, you pick it up and you do it. It's the same way how kids don't know words, but they can mimic the sentiment of something. They don't know what the word is, but they know how it's said. People do that all the time.
You ain't lying, because he did. I remember there was a bar he said, I'm flying in an ostrich. I'm like, my nigga, you could have did better than that. But
because it's just that you know that these are the things that you're supposed to do. He don't know that that's called a simile
or metaphor,
or like he doesn't know what those things are. But he has heard enough people in the studio to know this is how you put things together. This is how things. It's like people who misuse words all the time. There's plenty of people who don't know what certain words mean, but you know how to use them because you know the context in which to use them. Like old boy who kept saying, "Oh, you're taking me out of context." You know that when somebody says something or somebody represents you in a way you don't like, you know that that's one of the excuses that people use is, "Oh, I was taken out of context." You don't know what it actually means to be taken out of context. You just know to say that when somebody makes you look dumb. So I don't really see him being the 5 key pillars of of literacy.
I wouldn't say that because if he was, he would have been like one of the greatest rappers ever. But I'm saying like he has like the basic techniques.
I think that's just masking. That's just him masking the people around him. I don't see him as.
And you see where he's at, and you see where Cam is at.
That's
like.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
And you see where Jim Jones is at. You see why Dipset broke up. You see why they lost to the Lox.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. It wasn't me.
Shit, he's the reason they lost that shit. Well,
and on that note, that's where I am gonna gracefully bow out. If y'all still listening, if there's anybody, and honestly, it doesn't really bother me because the younger generation doesn't really care about our generation of rappers. So like they don't really care about a Dipset. They don't really care about a Jim Jones. So I don't see any young men hearing that and then wanting to follow suit because they don't really care about him. And I would hope that the generation that did grow up on Dipset who are in their 40s are not trying to listen to this man and agreeing with him saying, yeah, these kids don't need to learn literacy. I hope that that's not what's happening. But I say all of that to say I am over it. I'm tired. And I got to get this Mexican food up out of me. So I will holler at y'all later.
Bye. Peace.